Hey there, clue finders. Okay. You aren't kids anymore, so I'll drop the act. Still, I want to invite you to figure out this mystery of what Jesus meant when he told the people who he was in the Gospel of John. Altogether, these statements Jesus made about his own identity are often called the I am statements. First, in order to look into these clues, I want to encourage you to read the Gospel of John between now and Ash Wednesday. I'll be honest, this is one of the wordiest books in the Bible. If you have a friend who seems to just like to hear themselves talk, that's kind of how parts of this book read. But don't let that stop you. The first I am statement comes in chapter 6, after one of the stories about Jesus feeding people. The crowds keep following him, and he kind of snaps at some point and accuses them of only following him because they want him to feed them again, not because they understood what his miracles meant. You can read the whole conversation in John chapter 6, verse 25 through 59. In a nutshell, Jesus tells them, look, what God wants from you is for you to believe me. And the crowd comes back with, well, what miracle can you do to make us believe you? Moses gave our ancestors bread from heaven in the desert, so show us what you're made of. Keep in mind, Jesus has already changed water into wine. He's healed a bunch of people, and he just fed 5,000 people at least from one kid's lunch. I imagine he was a little bit annoyed that they were now demanding a sign. At any rate, he responds by telling them that the manna in the desert wasn't the bread from heaven, but that he is the bread from heaven, the bread of life. Well, you can read for yourselves how the people reacted. But if you take what he was saying literally, it is pretty gross. And honestly, if I was them and I was hearing this the first time, it would sound a little bit like cannibalism. So what do you think? What does bread do for us to begin with? What was Jesus getting at? What do you think he's saying when he calls himself the bread from heaven or the bread of life? Can you think of other stories in the Bible, other than the Moses story, where bread is a big part of the story? Do Christians still talk about Jesus as the bread of life? Share your thoughts in the comments, or let us know what you found at our next youth fellowship meeting. I'm hoping to do more of these videos, so watch for another one next week with another one of Jesus's I am statements. Bye.